Sorry to interrupt the Zamboni, but you see, I'm back. Oh, just my forehead. That'll happen. Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. Let's get this out of here. So many things in the way today, not to mention a recalcitrant cat. But the best part is, about this particular one, you just play a few strings and his ass runs away. Told you, welcome back to the stream, and to anybody else just joining, welcome. Today has been quite the day, and thanks to probably said cat, I got virtually no sleep last night. So today we're being chill, and we brought the Orbo back. Well, I suppose to do this in the proper traditional my stream style, we ought to begin this way. Things, you know, there we go. As you can see, this beautiful long neck instrument, I love it. Mostly in tune. Need an E natural and a few other things, but that's where we're gonna start. Oh, gracias. No stream would be complete without a little tea.
De nada.
Watch out, you're gonna start taking after me. I've been learning Spanish, and I've been having the greatest time actually learning to speak it properly, but my hobby is to speak it terribly. We need one of those. Do we? I do not believe we do. We're going to get away without it. I think we just need E natural. Alright, we're just going to get started. Because I just want to play some music. Just be chill. Because I've been looking into a lot of very chill music, very minimalist stuff. And I just like where it takes me. It's simpler and it's beautiful. Like today, in fact, I'll show you. Yes. The famed toccata arpeggiata. I love the tradition of arpeggiatas and simpler passamezzo, but passamezze, but because they're just about that simple chordal process. So, voila. Let's see how much I remember, and we'll get through it slowly. Yay! Thank you. So it looks like I still remember it. I love it. This one, I think I've heard at least a solid 50 different versions of it where people have completely different takes on it. But the version I learned, I think, is one of the more stringent ways of learning it. I had a teacher who was extremely obsessed with proper counterpoint, proper everything, and he was like, everything must be voiced upwards. Whereas when you hear, like, I don't know, Odette do it, it's like... which isn't bad, but and I like it. But I had to learn, no, in order to learn your reentrant tuning properly, you have to make sure you do it this way. So if I may readjust the camera, let's see, bring it over here, there we go. I had to learn exactly what patterns to play on this bloody instrument because reentrant tuning is, shall we say, a challenge? It. It's weird just accounting for that bloody reentrant tuning. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's more than appreciated. I'm glad you enjoyed it too. Yeah, it's such a classic that this one sort of stands out as a giant, probably one of the most well-remembered, and if not the most well-recognized of Kapsberger's work, even though like so much of what he did is so arguably even more brilliant than this. But this one stands out just because it's got so many, I would call them like futuristic for his time motifs. Like you've got this almost Beethoven Moonlight Sonata. Like that, with the second measure. And then you've got such amazing shifts as the, what was it? I mean, I could just keep playing it, but I probably shouldn't. Yes, and the last thing that I sort of wanted to talk about with this one, which is kind of an enduring fascination for me, is how all of it is extremely homophonous, specifically with the way that it's organized, except for the fourth system, first and second measures, where he has the stepwise stuff. So that one makes sense. We could see it in the voice leading, but this one is kind of, to me, the most Kapsberger measure when he goes. Because it makes sense. Oh my god, that'll happen. Where he does this weird little thing which absolutely entrances the ear, but he does it through campanella to really bring it out. I don't know, absolutely nutty. This is why I love Kapsberger, because he might not have fleshed out his ideas very well, but I'll be damned if it wasn't brilliant. But let me see if I can pull up something. You know, I'm going to be scrolling for just a moment, so I'm going to pause that, and you get to look at my lovely face. But yeah, that's why I feel like when you take Vise, for example, and put him on the guitar, it's totally fine, because a lot of it fits very nicely for the guitar. He doesn't rely too much on campanella techniques that are really bespoke for the lute, but I think Kapsberger really does. Could add it. What are we adding? What are we adding? Maybe I missed something. I get lost in my own speech all the time, so please don't mind me if I'm a little bit slow. I'm slightly missing what you're on about. And I suppose I should it bears mentioning that there is something of a slight delay on bloody YouTube. Like, if I want to give you any half-decent footage, it's going to be slightly delayed, which is rather unfortunate. Oh, here we go. Whilst I wait for you to tell me what exactly I'm adding, so I can remember, like the professional that I am, I'm going to find this new piece because I have a functioning pedal like a professional, and I'm going to use it. Oh, the campanella. That's true. Don't mind the blinder, by the way. Yeah, don't mind that. But what was I thinking? Yeah, it could be added. Absolutely. I just have doubts that it would necessarily work for the left hand on the guitar because especially in places like that where he's throwing campanella at you in like half-step spaces, like that might twist your hand in weird ways. Again, in spite of the background, I'm not actually much of a guitarist, so I couldn't tell you, but I have a feeling that like somehow fitting and so forth. I have my doubts, but maybe I could be proven wrong. So I await any guitarist, and don't worry, I remember very well that you're not yourself a guitarist much, and I'll wait for another random guitarist to show me otherwise, because I would love to be proven wrong. Please don't pull that up. Please don't. There we go. I'm just negotiating the left side today because I just put in a new router, which is extremely exciting because it means my connection should theoretically be twice as good as it was, but I have not yet figured out a good wiring solution, but soon, one day in the future, he will learn technology. Oh, A flat sour note. Ever hear the brown note? Right there. Don't need the A flat much, but yeah. Certainly not today. I'm actually putting together a recording where I do use that A flat, and it's going to be a lot of fun because I will not be alone in said recording. Might not make it public, but we'll see what happens. Shambles, but so is Capsberger, and I suppose that's sort of what I felt like randomly making the stream. Let's slightly trash on Capsberger, and then we'll get on to some civilized Zamboni, perhaps. But this is sort of hand in hand with my thoughts with the arpeggiata, like how it's absolutely gorgeous, a little bit, but mostly a lot wild and a lot of campanella nonsense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So glad you enjoyed it. First and most important lesson to any aspiring early musicians or lutenists out there: make sure that you've always got yourself some wacky improv like opening, because if you look at the first measure here, it's just a chord. If I were just to play that as is, that's it. So forth. But always come up with something wacky, because that's what that means. That's what it stands for. Cadenza here. Have fun. There it is. Much better. Much better. Yes, that's exactly my favorite thing about it too. And the same goes for a lot of Renaissance-y stuff too, or at least the instrumental stuff, because when it comes to attested nonsense, and this is for anybody else out there, because Tojo, I've got a feeling you know better than a lot of people, but for anybody else who may be out there watching, when it comes to Renaissance stuff, while it looks also very strict, like, and less suggestive, like the Baroque stuff is, it's only strict in the voice stuff, because we have virtually no early instrumental stuff pre-Pretorius attested. There are a couple examples here and there. And yes, don't lawyer me, musicologists. I am one of you. I'm just generalizing because I feel like it. So a lot of it was extremely improv and very, oral tradition, and it informed a lot of Baroque music. So if you extrapolate the wildness of Baroque music a few steps further, that's likely where a lot of Renaissance stuff was, and especially medieval music. That's just nuts and all over the place. So yeah, a little food for thought. But also that brings the question, where did the improv go? We can't all blame Johann II, as much as I'd love to, in his comments about too many notes. But let's see. There were a couple things in here that I did want to dredge up as some of my dearest, oldest favorites. If you badger me, I might play that toccata. I might, but I don't think I can be bothered just yet. Hi, beautiful. How's the smoothie?
Good.
Yeah, it's good? Excellent. Let me see. Where am I looking? This, by the way, is Kapsberger's fourth book of theorbo music, and one of the things I love about it is just how, messy it is. When you start with lute music as, a young conservatory student, you're like, oh god, I have to read this? How could I ever read this nonsense? But then, as an old hand at it, over time, you're like, yes, give me that messy handwritten stuff that I sort of have to parse apart that doesn't make sense even the seventh time you read it. Give me that. That's exactly what I want. I don't know, is it Stockholm Syndrome? You tell me. Let's see. I'm not looking for the Bergamasca. Ooh, that's a fun one. If I remember it. That's Pascalia, Chacona. Ooh. Yeah, I did want to actually work on some Chacona today. Oh, yeah. This one's been stuck in my head. The Kapsberger. What do I need for it? Does he say? No, we just have to figure it out. So if we run into a poor sour note, that's just what happens today. So listen to the one that he named for himself. Oh. That's the one that's been, as the youth say nowadays, living rent-free in my head ever since I learned it back in 2015. You know, it's funny. I've heard many faster versions of this where people play it more as like a courant, and I could see it. And it's nice. It is nice. I like it that way. It's just one of the things that I've always wrestled with in Baroque music and beyond is what tempo do we take exactly? And surely they had just like slow, beautiful stuff. And honestly, this one speaks to me so much more that way. The way that you slowly take it and slowly have the campanella just gradually bringing over itself. It sounds almost more like a lullaby to me rather than yet another courant at the same tired pseudo running speed. I mean, as much as, the Baroque is about rhetorical dance beat and all that, I can't help but wonder if somebody as wild as Kapsberger was like, this is just really friggin' pretty harmony, and we're just gonna roll with it that way. And yes, the cat has joined the stream. Welcome back, Calypso. But yes, I suppose I should say, since we're about halfway through the stream, welcome one and all to anybody who may be joining us. You haven't missed too much. We've just been playing some pretty music and just digging in, sort of, crapping all over Kapsberger just a little bit, but also in love with him at the same time. In the historically informed sense that critics were always kind of loving and hating him at the same time. So we're doing that just because the music's pretty and I feel like it, and I feel like chilling, but the cat apparently wants to just, get some love and not... Come here, Callie. I'm playing for people. No, not for you. Oh, she's trying to sit on the lute. Yes, so when I don't have you lovely people here, this is my audience. My beloved next to me and the cat. Say hello, Callie. Look at that face. Out of here, cat. Go on. Go. You get out of here. It's great to have an adoring audience, but sometimes too much love. No, Callie. No. Oh. Okay, I also need... Okay. What was it? I forget how it goes, honestly, but it's... Callie, I do need my mouse. She's a dutiful cat, and she will absolutely sit on any mouse that you find. Yeah.
I'm very good at this cat fight.
But yeah, so this is where my head's been living lately, just chilling with Capsburger, not Catsburger. Get out of here. Let me see. Not that Chacone. Part of the reason that I've been sticking around with Capsburger is just because so much of what he does is just so focused around these simple, beautiful harmonies. And from there, I've been beginning my slide into madness. And by madness, I, of course, mean minimalism. And Callie, you are right in my way. I can't see if the lovely people are saying anything. Oh, dear. Get out of here. Thank you. Please, Callie. Please. Alright, cat stream. Let's go. Get out of here. She'll just play a few harmonics. Don't mind her. Oh, not the... Okay, not the T. Thank you. Move it, Mike. The mic jumped in the way. Love it. That's one of the other things that's been coming to my mind a ton lately. Just elements of simple chord repetition. Now, one of the things that I always think about is how chaconnes are kind of like candy because they're just sweet, they're simple, they're kind of like pop music because it's just like the same 8 or so chords, more or less going in a pattern throughout the entire damn thing with a lot of verse, chorus repetition, especially in passacalias because that's what it is. It's A, B, A, C, A, D, and so forth. But at the same time, I think there really is something to that. As much as I used to be a snob and say, classical and early music forever, but damn anything that's repetitious and popular, because I was just that kind of snob growing up. I don't think many people liked me. But, no, that's what I've been actually looking at a lot here. And, of course, there was the revelation of me discovering Arvo Pärt and Philip Glass and all that. I want to see if we can eventually apply that to the lute. And per your suggestions, Toju, I've actually started working on some of my own musics because I've got some ideas. Now, credit where credit is due. It wasn't your suggestion first. That belonged to my beloved. She was the one who told me to do it first. But you reminded me. Yeah, I forgot all about it. The Bergamasca.
So much your bass there.
Oh, yeah, I still haven't fully tuned it because my peg wrench is in the other room, and can I be bothered to stand up? I'm honestly not sure. My beloved Toju. Now, honestly, a preview, I still have to tease you and keep you coming back for more. So, in fact, how about this? I'll give you a preview on Wednesday. How's that? I'm sorry. I'm just in one of those moods this evening that I'm sure you've all come to know. Anyhow, to those of you who are just joining us, welcome. We're just kicking back, chilling, having a good time, and playing some Capsburger. You know, as you do on the average weeknight. I know, but we all need something lovely on a Monday to cheer us, as it were. Let me see. I know exactly what I want. So, a lot of Capsburger's stuff is really interesting. It does some very cool stuff, and he's got some great harmonies. But in my opinion, the most interesting stuff comes out of the fourth book, which I'm convinced is somehow his kind of, look, I'm a successful and landed, relatively speaking, landed composer at this point. People love me, people love what I do. Time to get weird is pretty much what he did with this book. Because you've got all these lovely ones that I've been playing so far, which are either very consonant and just simple, but excellent. You know, Capsburger being excellent as he just casually does. But then he does something like this, which is one of my favorites, and I wonder how well I could still do it. Yeah. Love that one. When Capsburger says, I'm going to play a theorbo, not at all like a theorbo. That's the colazione, basically imitating this other three-stringed instrument that has a lot of sliding on it and is utterly wonderful to play, although I've only touched one once. Love it. I know. Absolutely unusual, right? That's why I've been drawn to the fourth book above all, because he's got the usual crowd pleasers. Then he's got courants that look like should be way slower than courants. And then he's got this. Like, I'm all about it. And of course, the messy handwriting, I'm there. It's almost as bad as Pickering. We'll get to that one day, too. That's on the shelf back there. And my God, reading it, it's impenetrable. But we love it. That's why we're here. But that's why I love this one, because it's so unusual. And it makes such a great encore because it confuses audience. Maybe I shouldn't play confusing stuff. Maybe the Bergamasca should always be the encore. But what can I say? I'm just that kind of guy. I live to confuse and embroil. Let me see. Where do we tend next? You know what? That's why. Ah. Sorry, I just have things competing for my foot's attention. I mean, considering that I was forced and Stockholmed into reading all this nonsense on the regular basis, I'm not surprised they got used to it. And besides, I think with stuff like this, I think this wasn't a this wasn't a published work or anything. Like, the published stuff actually looks quite clean, quite crisp, and especially if you go to France, their published stuff for lute, the cleanest tablature you'll ever see, barring modern computerized stuff. But then you get to this nonsense. This is, I think, something that he hand wrote for, like, some lord. Actually, you know, let's examine. I'll get to the music in a second. Del Signore Giovanni Girolamo Habsburger Nobile Alemano. Yes, the noble German, because it was Hieronymus Habsburger. Raccolto dal Signore Giuseppe Pozzobonelli. So, I assume this is for that Raccolto guy. In Roma con licenza. So this was published, perhaps. I don't know. I need to do some research into this actual thing. Because, frankly, I have not done the scholarship where I should have. But we're not here to chastise me. We're here just to chill and play music, aren't we? So, just because I'm feeling whimsical, a good toccata, I think, will actually round things out, at least, tonight. Although, I might not end there, but I just feel like going back to an old friend, as it were. Although, should I correct my B-flats? That's the real question. Let's keep them and see how it goes.
Oh.
Did it go the wrong way? No! There we go. Naturally, with a little touch to the shelf there with the ending.
Mm.
Yeah. Whew. that toccata. See, the thing I love about toccatas is that they straddle this weird line between contrapuntal genius and rhapsody. And that is why I adore this one, because it even has a little arpeggiata scattered throughout it. Oh, thank you. Cheers. So glad you enjoyed it. I had so much fun playing that. Yeah. Getting all the applause over here, too. But, yeah, see, this is, I think, in my opinion, like, this is his first toccata in this book. And it's, in my opinion, like, the prime example of why Kapsberger was a great and terrible composer all at the same time. Because he's got these incredible ideas floating all throughout it with these great little bass lines with the... Then he has brief little contrapuntal sections, which is weird. Pretty, but the counterpoint doesn't last, the ideas don't finish, and yet there's just something to it. I think he's really best described as the Paganini of the theorbo, because Paganini, I feel like, wasn't a great composer, but he was an impressive violinist, and where a lot of Kapsberger's critics said he wasn't so great a composer, they said that he had yet still touched the very heart of music itself. Kapsberger? No, I mean, Paganini? Absolutely. He is the best, worst composer. I mean, he's up there with Liszt. I feel like Liszt is slightly better, but not by much, frankly. But, you know, canon composers, who gives a crap about them? We care about Baroque nonsense. Oh, look at this cat. She is so cute. Sorry, I just have to give you a cat stream for just a second, because look at this. Wait, oh, my hand. And the lute. Get out of there, lute. Oh, you can see just a little bit. Look at her. Yeah, this is, yeah, that's how you stream, folks, with the cat company every time. Yeah, I agree, Kapsberger too. Do you know that in his songs, in the Villanelle, he actually did not have complete measures, necessarily. I had to put that stuff together manually and sort of recombobulate it and recompose it to make it make sense, because Kapsberger comes along, he's like, I've got this great idea. What's that, only 13 16th notes in the 4/4 bar? Yeah, it's fine, they'll figure it out. No biggie. Yeah, Calypso is the mascot here. She's always right here next to me. She suffered through my degrees, both of them, and yeah, she seemed to like it. Now, the real trick, advice to anybody, when you're putting together your lute recital, which I know all of you will be, told you I'm watching you, will be to make sure you put a nice prelude before that, because that's what these are, and that's the weird organization of this kind of mentality. The whole first couple pages of the book are just preludes, which you're supposed to match with whatever the hell you feel like. So, for example, Preludio Primo, which I was cutting my teeth on and warming up on before. D minor, it's nice. It's the first prelude, so everybody loves to put this one as the prelude for the first toccata. Makes some sense, I suppose, but does that necessarily have to be the way? Hell no. We could absolutely go with the second one, because the second one is short, sweet, and I like it actually a little bit better, because the first one's noodly, but... where was I? There. somewhere up there. I can't be bothered to figure it out. Let me see. With some high noodly bits in there in the same kind of vein. But this one, I would actually suggest is an even better pairing with the first toccata because it has that same kind of weird, I don't care what the notes are, but here's this motif. You know, which is in the toccata. Just like, where is it? Right here. One of those weird Kasperger-y bits. So it comes out of this sort of running... Very fancy. We love it, the campanella. Oh, it's so good. And then just randomly. We found a tonal center somehow. That's practically like 20th century garbage. And mind you, I say 20th century garbage affectionately. I love 20th century music. Hell, I've got a friend who composes all that kinds of weird atonal stuff for me all the time, and I love it. But in Kasperger, where you're going... Kasperger, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely off his nut. Genius, though. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is also why I think he's better than Paganini, because Paganini was the best worst, but I think... Should we say Kasperger was the worst best? I don't know. He's somewhere in there.
He shreds.
Oh, he does shred. Oh, he shreds mercilessly. I have not actually played a fugue on the theorbo. I've played a fugue on the Baroque lute and the Renaissance lute, as well as the arch lute, but never this one. Just lots of very contrapuntally involved toccatas. And when you've played a Piccinini canzone on the theorbo, you've played more fugues than you ever need to play for the rest of your life. And no, I will not strangle one of those out right now. Are you okay?
Yeah, just
Stabbing yourself as per usual? Yeah. Actually, though, that does tempt me. I wonder what I can pull out of the old pitch. Let's see. Here we go. See, I got my external ready to go. So we should be all nice and set. Actually, I wonder if I do have that one under lock and key. Where is it? Where is it? It's in here. So first, we have to go as far as we need to get to the chitarrone section. Aha! Are we there? Aha, see? So here's the Piccinini, the 1623 that we were playing with the arch lute before. And halfway through, it switches to chitarrone. So it gets really interesting, really weird. Did he write better for the arch lute or the theorbo? I think he was better for the arch lute, but, you know, not everybody shares my brilliant opinions. Let's see. Exactly. Where is it? Where is it? It's in here. I know it is. It can't hide from me. Maybe you can. Can it? Here we go. I'm looking for the canzona, not the correntes. We don't care about them. Toccata is something or other. Wait, which one is that? Nope. Because I think it was in C or something. Nope. Okay, we missed it. It's somewhere in here. That's enough just tabbing through music randomly. What?
Oh,
Well. Anyhow, it is getting rather late, and I am starting to wonder why I didn't order dinner in the first place when I should have, or something. Maybe I'll go scrounge something. But what I will do, before I end the stream this evening, and yes, I must apologize to everybody who's coming in. I will be ending the stream presently, but you can catch me again Wednesday. But before you leave, don't touch the button yet. I'm going to play something pretty, and for anybody who was here before, you get to just enjoy it again. But for everybody else, I would love to play just the Toccata Arpeggiato just because it's living in my head, and I need to play it again until it gets out of my head. So it's beautiful, it's serene, ethereal, I believe was the word used this evening. And yeah, let's kick back and enjoy. Have a good time. Huh? Yeah. Now that's some Capsburger. Maybe I'll have to put some more together. Yeah, that'll happen too. Don't mind that. I totally just weirded out half the stream. But anyhow, with all that done, I must go eat because my stomach calls to me. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you liked it. Cheers, as always. Skål and all that. I am out of tea though, so actually got a little bit left. So still not bad luck, not this time. So I must call it for the evening because my stomach calls me. But as I said, if you're just tuning in, you can always catch me again on Wednesday. I'm always here between 8 and 9, usually loosely, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less on Mondays, but same times on Wednesdays. And you're always welcome. I'm always just playing good music, looking to chill, looking for good company. And y'all here on YouTube seem to be excellent and fine company, very esteemed. And if I may paraphrase one of the great heroes of our time, I know half of you half as well as I'd like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. I think that's the phrase. I can't remember. Anyhow, it's been so wonderful having you all here. and I do hope you all have a wonderful evening. If you want to help see some of the plans of things that are coming up, I've already posted a few private videos to the Patreon folks, and you can check that out. That's all link in the description. If you have any questions for me, if you like chatting on the back end, I post random stuff in Discord as well all the time. All the links should be below. Do all the things, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. You're all awesome. Peace out. Really need to get a proper ending screen.